Hey folks, it's time for the quote of the day, and today I'm going to be sharing a quote by someone who I have a very troubled relationship with, to say the least. Today I'm quoting Marianne Williamson. Today is her birthday, and I wanted to take a moment to talk about her. Now, when I say I have a troubled relationship with her, it's because, as noted many times in other videos, I'm not a religious man. I don't believe in spirituality. I don't follow that, and she is, well, kind of like a new age guru of sorts, very much entrenched in that way of thinking. I think the reason why I like to talk about her and the reason why I sometimes like to quote her is because I think that there is an innate wisdom that comes with this way of thinking at times, like this kind of pseudo religious, spirituality, whatever you want to call it. There is wisdom that comes with that. However, and this is where people are going to immediately take issue, a lot of that wisdom is unearned wisdom. It's kind of popular tripe, if you will. Marianne Williamson has one quote that is, I mean, it's on people's Pinterest walls. It's on, people put it out on their desks at work. They hang it in their living rooms so that people can see because it holds some meaning for people. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean much to a lot of people. Like certain people will see it and take something out of it, but at the end, like it's not actually helpful. And I'm going to read you that quote. It's not the quote of the day because I've used this quote before. I've talked about this quote before, probably like a year and a half ago. But still, I have quoted Marianne Williamson before because, like I said, I do appreciate some of the things she said. This is the quote that she's very literally became famous for. She said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us." And while that is a beautiful, there is wisdom in that, and there's beautiful, sentiment that leaves people feeling, I guess you could say full of awe. It really doesn't mean anything, right? Like, first of all, nothing she says is definable, right? Like you can't prove any of it. And so for somebody that, as I've stated before, and many people know, I dealt with depression, to have somebody bop into the room and be like, it's not really your insecurity that's a problem. It's that you feel like you're too powerful. Well, no, Marianne, sorry. When you have these issues, when you're dealing with life's fucking bullshit, you don't really feel all that fucking powerful. And it's not me being afraid. Fuck, I wish I was more powerful. I wish I had the ability to fight what's going on inside myself and what's going on outside my body. So while I get it, and there is like some, like I said, some wisdom and some level of like, you want that empowerment feeling and things like that, it's easy. That's the problem with a lot of this stuff, is that the wisdom is gained easily. It's something that you can pass on in a quote or a simple phrase or something like that, and it's easy. And so in today's quote of the day, I wanted to give you something that I absolutely believe in, something that is not easy, something that is not just a throwaway sentiment, something that is not, popular tripe that can sell a book or make people feel good for an instant. That's not what it's about. And I think that it's really, really important to kind of sift through some of that because she is an extraordinary woman. She really is. She is an extraordinary woman, and she said so many things of profound importance. However, they've all come with that extra weight of, attachment to something. And I know that people are like, well, you can detach that. You can, you don't have to take it the way that you don't have to take it from a spiritual place. You don't have to take it from whatever. And yeah, that's true. You don't have to, but that's where it's coming from for her. And so if you want to experience it the way that she supposedly experiences it, then you want to experience it from as close to that perspective as possible. I don't have the ability to do that. So again, I that's where, I have issues is a lot of times a lot of the jargon and a lot of the throwaway, phrases that she uses are just they just seem so silly to me. And I go through a lot of what she's said. I've read some of her works. And I've looked at them and I've said this is valuable to me. Like kind of like what I just said, I do. I go through and I find the things that are valuable because I find the things that are actionable. They don't just make me feel good, right? Like I'm not just here to feel good about what's going on. I want something that's actionable. I want to be able to make changes. So with that in mind, let me find this other quote because I think it's very important. Now, again, I'm looking for actionable things here, things that, you can hear and it will actually like you can put into practice, not something that is just some popular, tripe of, well, there's light in us and you're just afraid of how powerful you are. Like that does nobody any good. That does nobody any good. So Marianne Williamson, in what I believe a much more profound and better quote, once said, or wrote, I should say, we are not here to fix, change, or belittle another person. We are here to support, forgive, and heal one another. Read that again. We are not here to fix, change, or belittle another person. We are here to support, forgive, and heal one another. Now, I'm going to be honest. I fall very short of this. I fall very short of this. This is not me. I agree with her. I know she's right. I absolutely know she's right. But I don't do it. I absolutely try to fix people. I absolutely try to change people. And I can't really say that I feel bad about it. I can't really say, and I have another video that I just recorded where I get a little strong about this, but I can't really say that I'm upset with myself over that, if I'm being honest. But she's right. She's right. I don't feel like that's our purpose here. I don't feel like that's what we're here to do. I don't think that my place is necessarily to always change people. I think that my place is to sit with people as they accept change and to let them know that they're not alone as they work through the rigors of life and the pain and the suffering that we all go through. My stance on this is shifting slowly to align more with this quote. But my entire life, I've been somebody that has wanted to, when I say help people, a lot of times I do mean fix people. A lot of times I do mean change people. And sometimes that has backfired spectacularly in my face, and sometimes it's worked pretty damn well. But at the end of the day, how I did it was what was important. And trying to force people to change, trying to force people to wake up and see what's going on in the world around them, trying to force people to, engage, that's probably not a winning proposition. Like I know that. I know that I'm not gonna actually get much done that way. But we are in dire circumstances in the world today. And I don't feel like we can have the John Mayer waiting for the world to change approach, right? Like I just don't think that that's going to work. I think that at one point in time, maybe when that song came out, there was that feeling of, well, we'll just wait for everybody to change, but I just don't think that that's practical in today's world. I think that now it's kind of a lead follower, get out of the way mentality. And you most people are willing to get out of the way, which they shouldn't. If you've ever seen Idiocracy, you shouldn't be the one that wants to get out of the way, but that's how a lot of people are. And so in that case, I'm going to lead. And that means that you have to sometimes, strong arm people. You have to sometimes, you can't always wait. But she's right, and I'm wrong. And, I can defend my stance all I want, but I have to be willing to admit it, right? And the reason why I say this is actionable is because I can sit here in front of you in this video and admit my shortcomings. I know that I can change them. It may be long. It may be something that I fall short of a lot, and I know I will, but it's something that I have to recognize. I'm not here to fix, change, or belittle people. I belittle people quite a bit, but I'm here to support, forgive, and heal. How I do that, I'm still learning. But I think that this sentiment and this statement is so important. I think that most of us have to learn this. And I think that a lot of times when we get caught up in other quotes by this woman, quotes that don't mean anything and that don't do anything, we gloss over quotes like this. We gloss over ideas like this. We gloss over wisdom like this. And we forget that we can actually make a difference this way, supporting, healing, kindness, love. These things matter, and they make a difference. So happy birthday to Marianne Williamson. And to the rest of you, please, take care of yourself, take care of others. I'll talk to you soon.